Hello, brothers and sisters. So it's been a while. Let me be honest with you. I lost motivation. And I didn't understand why. I went into my quiet place and I prayed for a while. I was so confused. I didn't understand. I love bringing you guys prayers. I love praying with you. I love reading your comments. It just brings me joy. But let me tell you, I started this journey out of pain. I was hurting. When I get to 5,000 subs, I will definitely let you guys know what the pain was about. Okay, so at 5,000 subs, I may sit in your face and tell you, okay? But yeah, it started out of pain. And I remember praying and going, Lord, help me. I can't take this. My heart hurts. Help me. And he said, speak, use your voice. That's what I heard. Use your voice. And I'm like, okay, but what am I going to talk about? I do not want to tell internet trolls, because that's what I thought about. First thing I thought about. And let me know in the comments if you guys are like this. You want to start a channel, you want to speak, but the first thing that pops in your mind when you want to speak and when you want to put yourself out there is the trolls. Now, I do understand the trolls do not know us. We do not know them. But it is disheartening to see negativity towards you in any way, whether they know you or not. And it's also discouraging. So it makes you not want to get on any platform. What you'd want to do is be a consumer, because you don't want the darts thrown at you. Well, that's how I felt anyway. So like I said, let me know in the comments if, that rings true for you. But yeah, so I started this journey of prayer out of pain. So when he told me to use my voice, I was like, Lord, I don't know what to talk about, because I'm not going to tell these trolls my business. And he's been calling me to use my voice for years. So I don't remember exactly what he said, but he led me to prayer. You pray to me a lot. You talk to me a lot. You don't really open the Bible. So how about you share what you see with others? People don't read nowadays. So how about you read and share using your voice? So I started this, I'm going to say a few years ago, and I was hurting when I started. Brothers and sisters, if you go back and listen to the beginning years ago, you would hear it in my voice. I was broken, okay? I prayed in brokenness, and I know I wasn't the only one in the world broken, but when you're broken, you focused on yourself, and that's what he did. He used this prayer to get me, this platform, to get me out of my feelings, to get me out of the woe is me, and to see that you're also helping brothers and sisters through your pain. And that was deep. It's a whole testimony behind that. I'll share all of that later too, because there's not enough time for me to get into that. But yeah, it started out of pain, and I've been doing it for years. And you graduate. Eventually the pain is over, and now you're at the next chapter. So what I didn't understand is I was at another chapter. I was no longer in pain, no longer hurting, but I'm still doing things and operating from that painful place that no longer exists. So I took a pause for a while. I never take a pause from praying, so let's be clear. But I took a pause for a while of coming on here and praying with you guys, because I felt like I was in a state of confusion now, because I lost my oomph. I no longer wanted to use my voice, and it's crazy for me to even say that, because at the end of the day, we do things for the Lord. It's not about what we want. It's about what he says. But we'll talk about that another time. But I remember asking him, why did I lose motivation? Because it went from pain. Then it went from loving to do this and speaking to you guys and praying with you guys and praying for you guys. And, it's different levels of grieving. That's what I realized. It's different levels of grieving. When you've been hurt, cut to the white meat, you're grieving. When you're being transformed, you're going to grieve that old person. That's what I was doing, and I didn't realize it. But You ask and you shall receive. That is so real. That is so real. God is not a man. He does not lie. So I asked and I did receive. And it took a while for me to get nourishment from what he was telling me. Meaning that I heard it, but I didn't ingest it. I didn't swallow those words. I was just like, okay, yeah, I hear you, but I didn't quite understand because I was so stuck on my feelings. Why am I feeling like this? Like, why don't I want to, share prayers anymore? Like, I enjoyed it. I got to a point where I started enjoying it. And like I said, I started loving to read you guys' comments. And then I felt like I hit a wall and I was no longer interested. I woke up, I just didn't want to do it. I'd usually do it top of the morning or I'd do it at midnight, before I close my eyes. And I thought about it every day, but I just didn't want to do it. And one day he said to me, "You're healed. You are healed. You are a new creation. Do things differently. You can't talk from that broken place if you're not broken anymore. And why are you trying to find the brokenness?" I got so accustomed to quote unquote being broken for so long and praying and asking God to remove this pain from me, Lord, remove this pain from me, Lord, to the point of him removing the pain and me not realizing it. And still trying to operate from a place that no longer served me, that was no longer there. I'm looking for the hurt. It's almost like looking for an excuse to cry, and there's no longer an excuse. He answered my prayers. Once I ingested those nutrients, which is his word, then I said, okay, well, yeah, because I'm not hurting and I do feel different and I am transformed. Old things that I used to love, I don't like anymore. I'm not feeling anymore. Final Destination. I'm going to talk about that in another one. But Final Destination is one thing. I used to love those movies. So the newest one just came out and I went to see it. I went to see it operating out of habit. Again, being new wine and trying to go into old wineskins. So when I was watching that movie, anxiety was at an all-time high. I was not enjoying it the way I did in past years. These years, it was like a new set of eyes. Well, this year, it's a new set of eyes. And I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to edit this, guys. So this is raw. I watched the movie, but it was like a whole new person watching that movie. And I heard again, new wine trying to go into old wineskins. And there's a couple of other things. I don't know if you guys go through this where you've graduated, you've elevated, but you're still trying to go downstairs because you've been downstairs for 20 plus years, like your girl here, that I'm saying that's all I know. But I've been praying to know better and to know different and to experience new things. And God has answered my prayers. And I'm so stuck in the old that I didn't realize it. So what looked like I was unmotivated was change. That's all it was. It wasn't even about motivation. It was about, you are a new creature. Step forth as you are now. Come through, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Show up as you are now. The pain is gone. Depression is gone. The hurt is gone. The turmoil is gone. The people who caused it are gone. Yes, there's memories of the good times. There's memories there, but that's all that it is. Your purpose in their life has come to an end. Your purpose, their purpose in your life has come to an end. They learned what they needed to learn when they were in relations with you. Girls, guys, friends, lovers, they got the juice that they needed to get. And now it's time for them to move on and vice versa. And it's okay. It hurts, but it's okay. Look around you and pay attention to the season you're in. That is crucial. Because if you miss the season you're in, you're liable to go back to the old season that you came from habits, trying to relive old things, going to get the old people that God has released you from and bringing them back and trying to take them with you into your promise. You're liable to repeat the depression, the sadness, the fear, etc. So sit back, brothers and sisters. Look at the season you're in. Understand where you are. And if you don't know, ask. Remember, ask and you shall receive. Pay attention to where you're at and move accordingly. Because 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, where you are right now, you prayed to be where you are at one time or another, because different seasons call for different things. And so a past season, you prayed for where you are and it looked good because your mindset was there in the past. So you asked for, hey, I would like to live alone. I wish I could live alone. Lord, bless me to live alone. I want to live alone and be by myself. This is just an example. And then in this season, you're living alone and you're absolutely miserable. You're feeling lonely. You're sad about it. But don't forget, that was a prayer that you had. And back then, it looked good. You were a different creature. So it was good for you back then. Now you're here. Pray for what you want, right? Because we're dealing with the same God. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. We are the ones that change. So now upgrade your prayer. Pay attention to your season and move forth. Do the things you have to do to move forward. Now, the whole living alone thing, like I said, that was just an example. But brothers and sisters, you're hearing this. I pray that it resonates with you. I'm not going to be before you too much longer, but I just want to say that I'm back. I love you guys with the love of Christ, truly. I thank you guys for rocking with me. I just thank you. And like I said, it was through pain. So as I watched my channel grow, it was growing. You asked for this as a creator, right? But I wasn't too enthused because I was so busy trying to go backwards. Mentally, my mind was still trying to go backwards. And God is like, new creation, get the new wineskins. So I love you with the love of Christ. And now the noise is starting to start. So let me get off of here before y'all hear all types of other things, because I told you I'm not editing this. So many blessings to you, brothers and sisters. I love you. And please, if you got to the end of this here, drop some heart emojis in the comments to let me know that you have listened. And please send me messages to let me know if it resonated with you. Let me know if we have something in common here, because I know I'm not the only one. And it was in my spirit to share this with you. So many, many blessings. I love you guys. Until next time, you take care.